Now the details. Thank you again for joining us. The National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda has announced that the country's Consumer Price Index, or CPI, for the month of January 2023 increased by 2.1%. We have the details on that with Adam Squizera.
On Friday, the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda published the Consumer Price Index for the month of January 2023. The Rwanda's Consumer Price Index increased by 31.1% on an annual basis and increased by 2.1% on a monthly basis. This increase was mainly due to the Fresh Products Index, which increased by 3.6%. Some of the factors that led to the increase in prices last month of January were food and non-alcoholic beverages, which increased by 57.3%, while housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuel prices increased by 12%. The Rural Consumer Price Index indicates that the increase of 38.8% plus the increase of 2.6% on a monthly basis, while the Urban Consumer Price Index increased by 20.7% in January 2023 compared to the same month of 2022. Food and non-alcoholic beverages increased by 41%. Housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels increased by 8.3%, and transport increased by 12.6%. The Rural Consumer Price Index for food and non-alcoholic beverages increased by 64.8%, which is 3 times comparing to the Urban Consumer Price Index, while the Rural Index for housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels increased by 15% comparing to the Urban Index, which increased by 12.6%, as stated above. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Established last year, Construct Limited, a subsidiary of NPD Truck, has already received 61 machines and trucks that will be used in the construction of 215 kilometers of roads in Kigali City. The Minister of Infrastructure has welcomed this initiative, saying it will help with the country's sustainable development goals. Jessica Gassaro with more.
The activities are the basis of the development, where some of the residents of Kigali City have reached the ASAF roads, and they are happy that they are now working on the perfect roads.
You can see that they are going to give us a new road here in Nyakyonga that goes to Base. It used to be dirty, and now they are going to establish an asphalt road. I will be very short.
By that time, we immediately look for ways to achieve development and look for a life for ourselves. The unpaved road doesn't help us in our real life. In order to make the infrastructure more accessible to the people, the Kigali City has a project to build 215 kilometers of roads in 4 years. It is a project that will be implemented by the Construct company through its partners, NPD Limited. And to speed up this project, the Construct company decided to order 31 machines and 30 vehicles used in this Kigali infrastructure project and more. The CEO of Crystal Venture Limited, Dr. Jacques Kionga, says that apart from this project, there are other activities related to bringing the infrastructure to the people.
Crystal Ventures, specifically NPD and Construct, they are working pretty much all over the country. It's just that today we are focusing on a particular project of Kigali infrastructure project. But like the Honorable Minister mentioned, we have a project in, we call it BBK, Basebutaro Kidaho. We also do a lot of maintenance of roads in different districts. So this is not only specific to Kigali. We are happy to work any part of Rwanda as long as there's work to be done.
The Minister of Infrastructure, Dr. Ernest Sabimana, says that Rwanda is a rapidly developing country, so this development must go hand in hand with building infrastructure that facilitates communication.
Projects are available. We also have the Kigali Ring Road and other projects we are working, but this project also be connected to the Kigali Infrastructure Project of 2,715 kilometers, known as KIP, as it has been said. So we believe that this project will help a lot in urban mobility and travel in the city of Kigali.
Construct had 109 machines for road construction and other infrastructure and 121 trucks. Those are the equipment that this Construct company used to have. But after today, 31 more machines and 30 trucks were added to the equipment. The city of Kigali has 57 asphalt roads that are 560 kilometers long, and 215 more will be built over a period of 4 years in 6 phases. Jessica Gasaro, RTV News.
Now to the Western Province, where more than 3,000 youth have graduated from the Iwawa Vocational Training and Rehabilitation Center in Rutsiro District. Adams Kwizera with more.
Among the youth who graduated from this Iwawa Vocation Training and Rehabilitation Center includes university graduates who were in this rehabilitation center. Shema Pacific started tailoring here at Iwawa Vocation Training and Rehabilitation Center, but usually he is a graduate of bachelor's degree in law, along with his colleague Jabagab Habib, who is also a university graduate. Both of them found themselves here at Iwawa due to the drug abuse, especially heroin. These two are among the 3,400 youth who graduated these vocation trainings which are offered here at Iwawa, such as tailoring, carpentry, construction and agriculture. After graduating from these vocation trainings at this rehabilitation center, they say that they are ready to contribute their knowledge to the country's development. After all this time we spent here, we really changed. This goes with changing the peers who used to drug us to those drugs. So we want to exchange them with the time we used to spend in drugs. My contribution to society is that I will be able to create jobs and also give jobs to the unemployed youth. The Minister of Local Government, Musabyimana Jean-Claude, pledged a help to these youth, hence to produce this knowledge they acquired from here. We will help them to access the certificates, which will help them to access jobs. Apart from that, there is a government framework which facilitates the youth. These youth who graduated from these vocation trainings showed off their activities, includes chairs, beds, and clothes they sewed. In addition, they awarded certificates to all these 3,400 youth who were trained here at Iwawa Rehabilitation Center. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Female scientists have been calling on girls and women to make good use of all the opportunities being given to them through various programs which will help them to compete on the labor market and make progress. Betty Mutoni with more.
Although the government of Rwanda has done much to promote and help women and girls in science, where 30% of women are in science, but generally around the world, especially in Africa, women and girls that attend science schools are still few. Dr. Jennifer Batamuriza, a PhD holder, she's the Vice President of Rwanda Association for Women in Science and Engineering. She's sharing her successful, tough story in her journey of doing sciences.
It wasn't easy at all because when we were studying during our time, there were few women in leadership positions who have done sciences. So it wasn't easy because we didn't have role models to look up to. We were just struggling on our own. So again, you find that the society back then, they didn't understand that girls are capable of doing sciences just like boys. So you'd find that in family or friends, people around you telling you you can't do sciences, like you are not able.
When we chose it, people did not understand because that time it was known that women study short courses, finish, help the family, and get married. By that time, they would see us as weird people. But as time went on, people understood the importance of studying sciences. Dr. Jennifer Batamuriza also told young scientists that failure is part of the process. Therefore, it should encourage them rather than being discouraged by the failure.
Science is very easy, just like any other course. They need to work hard. They need to be passionate about what they are doing. They need to be ambitious, and they need to know that failure is like part of the process. So they need to keep going, like even if sometimes things don't go well as they think, but they need to go on. So persistence is one of the things. So I encourage girls again to be self-confident and motivate themselves and also try to look up to those people who have managed to pass the same career and who are successful.
While Rwanda is celebrating the International Day for Women and Girls in Science on 10th February 2023, that is usually celebrated on 11th February 2023, some of upcoming scientists noted that getting motivational speakers inspire them.
All the women that were here had different side of the stories that they were talking about, all the struggles that they went through to become the scientists that they are or the lecturers. And their stories encouraged me very much because I'm a person and I could also go through the same things that they went through. So hearing them talk encouraged me and taught me a few strategies that I could use so that I can be successful in the same field too.
Yes, definitely. This day encourages me. And it helps motivate me to be someone, a powerful woman in science. And this day has proven me that even though I'm a girl, I'm able and I'm capable to do anything I want. And I'm not limited to only non-science subjects, but I can change the world using science.
Eugene Mutimura, the Executive Secretary of Rwanda's National Council for Science and Technology, noted that the increase in the number of women and girls in science and research gives hope that in a few years to come, the number of women in science will highly increase.
We are happy that in Rwanda, according to Research and Development Report 2021, 30.4% of women are scientists and researchers. This is a very big hope. This is a very big achievement. And it's not about numbers only. It is translated into reality because for over 106 projects we are funding, 30% of these projects are women represented. Now we have a specific grant for women in science, and we have women leaders in science. As I said previously, we have 20 project innovations that are going to the market, and women are represented. About 30% of women have these grants. So there is a lot of hope, and of course the sky is the limit.
The Minister of Gender and Family Promotion, Professor Jeanette Bayisenge, advises the families, societies to change their stereotype about women and girls in sciences.
There have been this misconception and stereotypes that the girls cannot do science. But we have seen that's possible since we have a quite number of the girls who have done science, who are working, who are doing well. I think this also changes the mindset of the parents because they see that it's not something that we are inventing, it's something that is doable. Because we have women scientists who are doing well over there. So I think this is just something that will help the parents to change the mindset. By young girls and women themselves, believing in themselves, having confidence, and then take the opportunities that the country has put in place, because there are so many opportunities and the government with partners are working hard to support the girls, so embrace that opportunities that are there.
According to the Research and Development Report in 2021 shows that 30% of women and girls are scientists and researchers. Globally, in UN report shows that 28% of women and girls are scientists. Betty Mutoni, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Betty. Now, the Ministry of Health has emphasized again that through collaboration with different partners in the health sector, far more can be achieved. And as Prince Manzi shows us, this is already being done.
Enabel, a Belgian development agency in collaboration with different local health institutions, there was an establishment of the Barame project that contributes to empowering and improving maternal, neonatal, child, sexual and reproductive health services. In Nyarugenge district, Kigali city, there was construction and renovation of 10 hospitals, 5 GBV rooms, among others. This goes with providing efficient modern equipment needed in these services. Some of these infrastructures include the Nyarugenge district hospital, that has the capacity of providing for 270 people maternal services. In Ugarama sector, the health sector that receives 70 patients daily had only one maternity room, a challenge to the residents and doctors, but now it is no longer the case.
It was not easy due to a large number of people present in the maternity room. It was very small and it was a challenge. When a mother came and found out it's a small place, she definitely went to another place. For residents, it is a good thing. The service is closer to them and the doctors will operate in comfortable conditions.
The Nyarugenge District Executive Administrator, Emi Ngabonziza, reiterates that the Barame project has been of great importance for the residents in this district.
And there was an increase of 16.6%, where the citizens showed that they were really satisfied with the health services. And part of the health services that were evaluated includes specifically what Barame project through Enabel. Barame project is engaged in. So, saying this and testifying that this project has been, or this program has been really instrumental in this journey is not just mere words, but there are clear facts on the field and the happiness in the people's eyes and hearts. So there is a clear, really a good improvement.
The resident representative of Enabel in Rwanda, Dak Deprez, states that this project aligns with the government of Rwanda's objective as well as the NCT ones.
We chose to focus on maternal and child care and sexual reproductive health because on the one hand it's a national Rwandan priority. When we formulated our program in 2018, there was also a new strategies coming out at national level. And at the same time, it was a priority of our Belgian government, who wanted to support the She Decides movement, where giving women rights on their own reproductivity. So these two priorities were really aligning, and it's also aligning with the ambitions of the NST1.
The acting Matano, Child and Community Health Division Manager at the Rwanda Biomedical Center, Hassan Siwamana, reveals that such collaboration is a good opportunity for the Rwanda health sector.
There is a specificity of this project, because actually it is not very often when you can see a partner who can support at the same time infrastructure, equipment, capacity building, service delivery, demand on the side of the community. So you can understand that, so actually to work with Enabel, so it is a good opportunity for us. And it is not the end, because actually we are still thinking how we can extend this partnership even beyond 2024.
The National Strategy for Transformation 2017-2024 demonstrates that the maternal rate is to deduct in such a way that 210 women in 100,000 that died while giving birth in 2013-2014 are to be 136 in 2024. Prince Manzi, RTV News.
Now to mining. Local authorities have again stressed that mining companies have an important role in some of the activities that help communities to improve their welfare. Jessica Gassaro with more.
All over the district of the Southern Province, there is an increase in mining activities where at least more than 70% of the workers of these companies are living nearby. The facts say that at least they provide them with jobs that improve their overall well-being. The mining activities in our areas help us find jobs and pay for our children's school fees, even feed our families. Even all the boutiques in our neighborhood have more to sell. I was very poor when I started working in the mining company. I got to buy myself a car afterwards. I sold the car and bought a land. This made me progress in life, and I can't lose what to wear. I always have what to eat and what to pay for my mutuelle de santé. In addition to employment activities for the people near the mining sites, these companies are involved in other activities related to the development of the areas.
We have paid for more than 1,000 people the mutuelle de santé in different sectors. And this year, we have paid for mutuelle de santé for more than 100 people to help them cope with life. And we are trying to cooperate with the local authorities to build infrastructures. We are building roads and participating in building schools. When we come to the time of commemorating the genocide against the Tutsi, there's a contribution we have made to repair the houses of the genocide survivors, and we have renewed the memorial and is connecting the road between two villages called Buyonga and Nyarusange. We also built that.
Some citizens who have been sponsored by some of the mining companies explain that they have started to change their lives thanks to the help of these companies. Even when we are sick, they take us to the hospital. They even gave me a cow, and even when there is a parent who wants to give birth, they take them to the hospital. Of all the companies that have worked here, this one is more caring to the people. They build us a house to live in. After we got the house, it helped us evolve. Mining and quarries provide jobs for 70,000 people, of which 36,000 are in actual mining and 34,000 works in quarries. There are currently 289 mining licenses issued by the Ministry of Mine, Petroleum and Gas throughout the country. The Kamonyi District's mayor, Dr. Silver Nahayo, says that mining companies have a responsibility to continue to cooperate with the administration to develop their workplace.
The second thing is that we ask people who are in mining to continue to do it, but see how it would benefit them at a higher level. Another thing is that according to people, mining should be done in a way that does not harm the environment, and those involved in it should do it in a way that will help them to develop fully.
The production of mining continued to increase as in 2021, and this is the level that earned the country $516 million, while from the January to September of 2022, the mining earned $585 million. Jessica Gasaro, RwandaTV News.
Thank you again for joining us for this edition of the news. I hope you have a great weekend ahead. Goodbye.